tired of watching countless gym videos and still feeling lost? Still feeling like you don't know exactly what you're doing? If that sounds like you, then keep watching because in this video, we're going to go over the 3 main reasons why you're feeling that way, and we're also going to go over the 3 things that actually matter when it comes to exercising and getting results in the gym. My name is Jonathan Orlando, and I created the Fitness Academy to teach people exactly what they need to know in order to be independent and confident in the gym for the rest of their lives. Not just random tips and tricks, but actual things you can apply immediately. One of the first things you'll see all over YouTube and Instagram and fitness content in general is this constant focus on some super specific way of doing this one specific exercise. Maybe it's a video about bicep curls and how doing them at some very specific angle is supposedly the thing that's been holding back all your gains all of this time. But in reality, stuff like that matters very little in the grand scheme of things. There are so many other factors that makes a much bigger difference in whether you actually make progress or not. And this is true for a lot of the fitness content online. It's always about the secret exercise, the secret variation, the secret tweak, like that one small detail is the thing that changes everything. But in a lot of the cases, that completely misses the main point, because most of these videos are only giving you surface level information. And surface level information is not the same thing as understanding how to actually train for yourself and by yourself. The first reason you may still be feeling lost in this is that information does not equal skill. Just because you've consumed a lot of information does not mean you've developed the skills to apply what actually matters most. That doesn't mean those tips can't be useful, and sometimes they can. But if you still don't know how to make basic training decisions for yourself, then all of those little details do not help very much at all, or they may as well be completely useless. But the main issue is still there. You may know more facts than before, but you still don't know how to use them and apply them in a real scenario. The second reason why you still feel lost is that you're watching videos from a bunch of different people and you are probably hearing a bunch of different opinions on the same exact topic. Some of them completely contradict each other. One person says one thing, the next person says the exact opposite. And what that does is create even more confusion. Way more confusion than before you even started trying to learn some of this stuff on your own. Instead of giving you clarity, it makes you second guess everything that you're doing. And on top of that, a lot of the things that actually matter for being consistent and making progress don't even get talked about enough in the first place. The third reason why you're still feeling lost is that a lot of the fitness videos are made for people who already have some kind of foundation. They already have a basic sense of what they're doing and why they're doing it. They already know how to make decisions in the gym for themselves. So when they watch a small tips and tricks video about a specific exercise or how to do an exercise slightly differently, they can pull some useful things from it. But if you're brand new or still feel unsure about what you're actually doing, a lot of these videos are basically useless because without the foundational skills, they don't solve the real problem. The angle of your bicep curl is not going to help you how to decide how much weight to use. It's not going to help you how to decide how often to do an exercise. Not going to help you figure out how many reps to do or how hard each set of each exercise is supposed to feel. Those things matter a whole lot more than whether your curl looks exactly like someone else's, if you're squatting in this super specific way, or if you're doing this super secret exercise that only one person knows about and they're sharing it with you. All of those things do not matter if we don't have the foundational skills. Now, that's not to say technique or your exercise choice doesn't matter. It definitely does. But as long as you have generally good technique, and you're picking generally good exercises, those tiny tweaks are usually not the thing that changes the game entirely. If so much fitness content is surface level, then what actually matters? What should a beginner focus on if they want to be successful in the gym on their own? Well, there are 3 main things. The first thing is that the exercise is hard enough. If all your sets are too easy, then your body does not really have much of a reason to actually adapt. You're not giving it enough of a reason to get stronger or build muscle or improve in any measurable fashion. And if that part is missing, then all the little tips and tricks don't matter. It doesn't matter how perfect your exercises look. It doesn't matter if you found some hidden gem exercise online. If the work is not hard enough, progress is going to be limited, if there is any at all. And then the opposite can also be a problem. If everything you do is extremely hard and you're pushing everything to the absolute limits all the time, that can create a different set of issues. You can increase your chances of developing some type of pain or injury, or you can burn yourself out completely. A simple way to think about that is this. By the end of a set, you should usually feel like you could potentially do maybe 2 or 3 more reps if you absolutely had to. If your life was on the line, you could probably do 2 to 3 more at the end of however many reps you're doing. Whether the set was 5 reps, 8 reps, 10 reps, doesn't necessarily matter. The thing that matters is what it feels like by the time you get to that last rep. That's the zone that we want things to kind of be in. The second thing that matters is making sure you're doing enough overall work to actually improve. The first point was if it's hard enough, and now the second point is, are you actually doing enough volume, or are you actually doing enough sets and reps to actually improve? Enough sets and reps over the week to actually create progress. If you're only doing a given exercise, movement, or muscle group once a week, then there's a good chance you're not doing enough to gain muscle, gain strength, and improve consistently. And this becomes an even bigger issue if the work also isn't hard enough, because then you're missing out on both sides. You're not making it hard enough, and you're not even doing enough to get better. So a good starting point, especially for people that are just getting started or in the very beginning of their fitness journey, is around 6 to 10 sets per week for a given muscle or movement. If you are completely brand new, stepping into the gym for the first time, then you can definitely stay closer to that 6 set side. If you have a little bit more experience and you've been doing this for a handful of months or so, you can definitely move closer to that 10 set per week side. And yes, this is something that changes over time. The longer you've been training, the more work you may actually need in order to keep progressing. But in the very beginning, that 6 to 10 sets per week is a solid target and is more than enough to get you going in the right direction. So you can think of it like this: 6 to 10 sets of some type of leg exercise, 6 to 10 sets of some kind of pushing exercise, 6 to 10 sets of some kind of pulling exercise. And the good news is that you can be successful with a lot of different exercises. You don't need some secret exercise to unlock progress. You don't need the perfect magical angle for a given exercise for every rep. You can keep things simple. As long as what you're doing is hard enough and you're doing enough of it, you can make progress with a wide range of exercises, assuming you're not doing something completely ridiculous. The third thing that matters is consistency. You need to be showing up at least 2 to 3 times per week at the minimum and doing all the things that you need to do. And yes, this includes making sure things are hard enough and that you're doing enough of them. Because without consistency, everything else falls apart. It doesn't matter how good your exercises are. It doesn't matter how good your plan is. It doesn't matter how much information you know or how many videos you've watched. If you are not showing up consistently, none of it matters. And if you're brand new, these are the things that you should focus on first. First is show up consistently. Then make sure you're doing enough of it. Then make sure it's hard enough without making it so hard that every workout crushes you completely. Those are the things that matter most, not some tiny detail somebody told you about one specific exercise, not some random trick you saw on Instagram or anything else like that. These are the general rules that apply to everybody, especially when you're first starting out. These are the things that matter most. And I think this is where a lot of beginners get led down the wrong path. They're seeing content from people who definitely look like they know what they're doing, and chances are they probably do. The problem is not always that the information is wrong or it's useless entirely. The problem is that it's not being presented in a way that brand new people can actually use and apply for themselves to actually see a meaningful difference. So if you've been feeling confused, overwhelmed, or like you still don't know what you're doing even after watching tons of fitness content on the internet, I want you to understand something. You are not the problem. You've probably just been focusing on information that is too surface level, too random, or not actually meant for someone at your stage. So, I want you to focus on what matters most. Make sure the exercise is hard enough, make sure you're doing enough of it, and make sure you're being consistent in the gym. If you can do those three things, you're already in a much better position than someone who knows 50 tiny exercise hacks but still doesn't know how to structure their training in a productive way. So if you want to learn how to do all of this for yourself and how to make all of these decisions so that way you no longer need to watch dozens or hundreds of fitness videos in order to exercise consistently and successfully for the rest of your life, then click the link in the description below. That will take you to the Skills to Independence webinar, where I break down all the skills someone needs to know in order to be successful on their own, along with a deeper dive into the first and most important skill everyone should know if they're going to be exercising on their own. And make sure to subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be putting out way more videos specifically for people just like you who are just getting started or are in the early stages of their fitness journey so they can actually learn how to navigate all of this stuff for the first time. Then comment below with the thing you struggle with the most in the gym. What feels confusing? What feels overwhelming? What are you not sure you're doing right, or if you should be doing it at all? So, with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.